Hello and welcome to this video for COMP3218 Game Design and Development at the University of Southampton. My name's Dave Millard. This lecture is a bit different than our normal ones in that it's a critical reading of Spec Ops: The Line. We're going to be looking at how the game uses some of the techniques we've discussed in the lectures to meld narrative and gameplay, and how it goes about making an artistic point with its very being. So Spec Ops is a third-person shooter developed by Jaeger Development and published by 2K Games in 2012. It's actually the 10th title in the Spec Ops series, so critics really expected another kind of derivative Call of Duty clone, but the developers were a lot braver than that. They took inspiration from books like The Heart of Darkness, the novel that inspired Apocalypse Now, and created something that really is quite special. The story is that a series of catastrophic sandstorms have devastated Dubai, leading to a partial evacuation. Basically, all the rich people have got out. An experienced US colonel, John Conrad, took his battalion, the 33rd, into the city to help, against orders. Ultimately, this all went wrong, and he declares martial law. There are reports of atrocities soon coming out of the city. You play as Captain Martin Walker, part of an elite Delta Force team sent in with two colleagues to find out what has happened. Spec Ops is a game that's definitely worth looking at. It uses a number of the techniques that we've looked at in the course, and ultimately it plays with the very notion of agency itself. This is my own take on the game, but there is an excellent book which explores similar themes. It's called Killing is Harmless, a critical reading of Spec Ops: The Line. It's by Brendan Coe. It's published by Stolen Projects, was published in 2013, but you can also find copies online. Finally, a bit of a warning. This is a graphic game, and there are clips in this video showing scenes of violence with lots of bad language. By the way, this is one of the loading screens from the game. It's fairly typical, shows hints for the game, and we'll see plenty more examples of these as we go through the video. Our first clip is from mid-game. You're making your way through the city, you've made contact with Conrad on the radio, and he is beginning to play psychological games.
I don't understand any of this.
Don't worry. You will.
We got snipers.
Tell your men not to worry, Captain. The snipers aren't for you.
What the fuck is this?
This is Dubai, Captain. This is what I face every day. My duty is to maintain order. Without it, we would have died long ago.
This is a test.
Yes, it is. The civilian on the right stole water. A capital offense. The soldier on the left was sent to apprehend him, which he did, killing the man's family in the process. 5 innocent people are dead because these 2 animals couldn't control themselves.
I get it. We're meant to choose.
Choose what? Let's get out of here.
Lugo's right. We need to get as far away from this as possible.
That's enough.
Obviously not, because we're still here.
They are guilty. But what is justice? And how would you see it done? This is an order, Captain. Who lives? Who dies? Judge these men, or pay the price of insubordination.
We can't do this, Walker.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
And go where? They have us surrounded.
So, what are your choices here? Well, the game presents you with 2. You can either shoot the soldier or shoot the civilian. And you're being asked to make those kind of diegetically in-game. But actually, you have more than that. So there's nothing to stop you trying to run away, for example, or from attempting to free them, or attacking the men that are surrounding you. The idea of choice is your agency and your perceptions of agency are a thread that runs throughout this game. And this is a really good example of them giving you that freedom without telling you, and doing it within the game world. And this is another loading screen. So they also use these to fill in some of the background detail of the story. As you explore further in Dubai, you meet CIA agent Jeff Riggs. He tells you about a plan to steal water from the 33rd. He tells you it's for the population of Dubai, and he asks you for your help. But it goes wrong, and he purposely crashes the trucks, destroying the supplies. And in this scene, you confront him to find out why.
Can you hear hear you bastards talking. Riggs? Are you? Over here! Riggs? Where are you? I can't see... Oh, shit. Hang on. I'll get you out of there. Forget it. There's no point. The water's gone. That's all that matters. Fuck. This ain't how it's supposed to end.
He was right about you.
Look, if people find out what he did, the whole region will declare war on us. And we'll lose. Now the world will never know.
You're insane.
It's funny. Gould said the same thing. What I did may not have been nice, but it was right. Besides, it's not like I'm walking out of here. Just do me a favor, huh? Don't let me burn. Go on, Walker. Do it. Please. Why are you just standing there? Come on! For fuck's sake, Walker! Please! I'm begging you!
So is this choice, the choice of whether to shoot Riggs or not, is this a choice or is it a calculation? So remember, calculations are things where there's a right answer, a best outcome. Whereas a choice is a moral decision where there are no right answers and it kind of challenges your values or asks you to think about what your values are. Now, some students have said to me that this is still a calculation, as you may have noticed that you only have one bullet, but actually there's plenty of ammunition around. So this is actually a choice. It's asking you what sort of person Walker is and what sort of person you are. As the game progresses, the load screens begin to change. They're prompting you to start thinking about your in-game actions and how you feel about them. So, throughout your mission, you've been listening to the Radio Man, a DJ broadcasting to the 33rd. And in this section, you make an assault on his radio tower.
Got a gun camping that roof.
Shit! Can't zip over till we clear it off.
Not a problem. Adams, you spot him. Lugo and I'll knock him down.
My kind of plan. Pick your mark, Captain. I got...
Heads up! Tango down! Multiple snipers in view near the dance floor!
That guy? You shot that guy? I like that guy.
Fuck! RPG by the dance floor!
Had a...
Reloading!
Maybe?
Hostile is dead. Eyes wide! They're moving!
Well, shit. There goes my fancy football league.
Turret! Shoot out the window!
He had a wife and kids!
Breathe easy.
Someone,
That's all of them.
please think of the children. You guys are coming to clean this up, right?
Those fuckers.
It's like a watermelon after Gallagher got a hold of it. That guy's hilarious. Ah, gee. Where's all this violence coming from, man? Is it the video games? I bet it's the video games.
So Spec Ops is in many ways a typical shooter. It has kind of basic shooter mechanics, duck and cover, that kind of thing, and waves of faceless enemies. But in this scene it changes. The game begins to personify the enemies. You overhear conversations, you listen to the Radio Man's narration of the battle and hear what he has to say about the soldiers. He asks you, is it the computer games? It's drawing attention to your behaviour as a player and how you engage with this sort of game, making its point through play. And the loading screens begin to reflect the way in which Walker is behaving, and in turn, how you are playing. Here's another example of storytelling through play. In this section of the game, you're fighting solo through a shopping mall when you encounter a well-armed adversary.
I see him. Lock and load.
What the fuck? Shit! Where are you? Are you kidding me? I don't need this shit right now! Sticky grenade out! Stay still, goddammit!
Walker, hurry up!
I'm busy!
Getting pretty hairy over here!
I said I'm working on it! Ugh, shit!
Standing fire! Reloading! Give me some cover fire!
Come on, come on!
By now, you should be becoming suspicious of Walker's unreliable narration. How much of what he sees and what you see is real? Who has he been talking to all of this time? Who was on the radio when he had that challenge with the two hanging men? Who gave him that choice? The game is showing us here, explicitly for the first time, the impact of Walker's PTSD. In other words, the consequences of participating in this kind of violent activity, the activity which we ourselves, as players, are now participating in. The loading screens now challenge us, and they're talking to us, not to Walker. Can you even remember why you came here? At this point, Delta Team make it to the gate, knowing they must pass through it to progress. They discover they've got an option, white phosphorus, which is kind of the 21st century's answer to napalm, and no less horrifying.
Adams, take care of the lookout. I'm on it. Sweet dreams, bitch. All right, Lugo. What are we up against?
An army? Give or take?
No shit.
How are we getting through this?
This might help. Fine, set it up.
You're fucking kidding, right? That's white phosphorus.
Yeah, I know what it is.
You've seen what this shit does. You know we
We
can't
might not have
use
a choice, Lugo.
There's always a choice.
No, there's really not.
You ain't Walker. We'll fire.
Okay, prepare to fire.
That in order?
Yeah, it is.
Fine. Launching camera. Camera online, sir.
Okay, targeting online. You ready?
Whenever you are.
Burn him.
You need to hit those RPGs!
RPG's neutralized. Burn him.
Take out those fighters!
Fire on my target.
Order.
Fire on my target.
Preparing to fire.
Snipers, fire!
Reloading.
Burn him.
Loading mortar.
A lot of soldiers by the Hummers!
Shoot him.
Preparing to fire.
Humvee's destroyed. What else we got? Fire!
Stand by.
Burn him.
Preparing to fire.
Another Hummer!
Target in sight. Hummer disabled.
No one's moving. It's over.
He's right, Walker.
Okay. We're done. Let's get down there. Want to reach that gate before reinforcements arrive. Stop talking.
Means the smoke is toxic. Your mouth shut.
Yeah, right.
Let's just keep moving.
God! Please, help!
Walker, come on, man.
There's nothing we can do. Come on. He's already dead.
Why?
You brought this on yourself.
We were helping.
What? Oh no.
Are those civilians?
Where'd they come from? There's no camp here.
They took him from the nest.
That hotel back at the storm wall? No, those can't be the civvies that got kidnapped. It's not possible.
Yeah, it is. That's why Gould stormed this place. He didn't want the king.
He was trying to rescue his people. This is your fault, goddammit! Stop right there, Hugo. What it is, he wouldn't listen! We have a choice! He turned us into fucking killers! That's enough, Sergeant! No! Control yourself! Now!
We need to keep moving.
What?
Reinforcements will be here any second. We need to keep moving.
But Walker, you're not even...
I'm gonna make these bastards pay for what they've done. Now, are you with me or not?
The game tells you up front, we might not have a choice. There's always a choice. Nope, there's really not. It's another example of diegetic choices in the game. You decide to do this by going to the white phosphorus and activating it and firing it. So it makes you make that choice. It makes you complicit in the outcome. You may have noticed the way that Walker's face was reflected in the screen of the targeting computer. Or was that your face reflected in the screen of your own TV? It's also an example of false agency. You can't actually progress in the game unless you do this. You can't fight your way through. It's far too difficult. There's no way around. You must do this to progress. Except there's always a choice. And that's the genius of Spec Ops: The Line. In a game genre that glorifies war, it's a searing criticism of the glorification of war. A game that you can only win in any kind of moral way by deciding not to continue to play it. So, in summary, this is a game about agency, where you have agency and you take responsibility for your own actions. But ultimately you have no agency, at least within the game world. Except you do. There is always a choice. There is no man righteous, not a one. Thank you for listening.